Hello, everyone, and welcome to RMD, All Things Aesthetics and Wellness podcast with me, your host, Dr. Deborah Durst, and my co-host, Farideh Golan-Bieski.
Hey, guys.
Finally got her name down where I can actually say it right, pronounce it right.
Just a year, no big deal.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we have Tami Goodman with us today. And Tami's with Revolution Mortgage here in town. And you've been a patient now for how long?
Just about a year.
Okay. Well, I'm going to let her introduce herself first, and then we'll start talking about all the things.
As she said, Tami Goodman with Revolution Mortgage, and I became a fan about a year ago. I was feeling really not so great, and one of my friends said, you might want to check out RevitalyzeMD. So I came to get some Botox, and that was the beginning of a long relationship.
That's right.
We've come a long way from Botox, haven't we?
We have.
Yes,
really a long way. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, all starts somewhere, right?
That's right.
And sometimes it's the Botox, but then we start talking about, other things because, again, as women start to age and go through perimenopause and menopause, they start to feel things and things change. We don't feel as well, and we can sit women around the room and everyone's feeling the same way.
Absolutely.
Like if one says weight gain or body composition or low sex drive, they're all shaking their head.
We're all going, yeah. We're all there.
Yeah. I mean, we all feel the same stuff, just different degrees. So what were you feeling exactly?
What did your journey look like?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we did the Botox for the first time, and I really enjoyed it. And I had received the testosterone and estrogen pellets from another physician previously, but didn't feel like I was getting the best treatment. I didn't have my blood drawn on a regular basis to see where my levels were, and I wanted that type of care. So first thing we did after I said, I feel tired, I can't sleep, I can't think, I'm overweight, I just don't feel good. So he said, let's get a blood panel and let's see what levels are good and what levels are bad. So we did that, and when the blood results came back, my sugar level was up, my cholesterol was up, everything was up. And you said, I'm not going to put you on any medication, but this is a wake-up call for you to get your life together. So I said, okay. Yeah. So after that day, I got my life together, and we started doing the hormone therapy. We started doing vitamin D. We started doing amino acids. We started doing lipoproteins. We started doing all this big combination of things. I also hired a trainer to work out with.
Lifestyle
A complete
change.
overhaul. And the trainer said, no more sugar, no more dairy, no more coffee. We need to find out where your baseline is for your energy. So it was like a shock to my system for about 2 weeks. And then once I got into it and I was taking all my good stuff, I had my pellets that were working, I was working out, drinking lots more water, cut everything that was bad out of my life, I actually started feeling really good. And then the weight started coming off because of eating better and
Sleeping better.
So I've lost about 25 pounds in the last year. So
you look amazing.
Well, thank you. My goal was to not do it in a big crash diet. I wanted to do it the right way so that I could keep it off and so I could feel good. So
True.
Yeah.
The only way to do it, lifestyle change.
That's right.
Lifestyle.
That's right.
True change.
Yeah.
That's sustainable. So we talk about that a lot, is that there's all these fad diets out there, but having sustained weight loss and change is really where you see the differences long term.
Absolutely.
And I think that, so we don't do any dietary programs at all here. It's not something we believe in because, again, lifestyle changes combined with cellular and hormone optimization is, the only way to go.
Right.
Everything else just doesn't last.
Right.
Unless we're going to change those lifestyle habits. But yeah. And we'll show some before and afters if Tami's good with that at the end of the podcast.
Sure.
And it's just facial, so you can just see the difference and, just how amazing a change. Not that, you're beautiful no matter what before and after, but just looks so much more like
brighter and vibrant and just,
and
you can see it.
Yeah. And I felt that way. It went from, doing mortgage lending is a stressful job in the first place, and you really have to have a lot of energy and your mind has to be clear. And when it's not, and when you're not sleeping, it's just hard to get everything done in a fast manner. So what I noticed is once I started sleeping more, which you told me is the key, is to be able to sleep, get some good rest. I started sleeping. My mind became more focused. I think with the testosterone, I remember thinking, I can hear the words to songs that I never noticed the words to the songs prior to having that. I was like, well, this is pretty cool. And then it was like my pencil got sharper at work and could get through things a lot quicker and a lot more articulate. articulating things to the people who I worked with and consumers who I was talking to. So that was all good. And then the energy level just started getting more and more, and, get up in the morning and not feel tired. Go to work, feel clear-minded, stop
Come
eating.
home and not want to crash on the couch.
Yeah, stop eating at 6:30 or 7, and then go to bed at 9:30 or 10. And it was just like a cycle that creating all new habits for me. Getting up and working out in the morning at 7 o'clock in the morning, which I never have done. But I had the energy to do it because I was healing from the inside out. So it all made sense. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's discipline. Like, again, you were very disciplined in all of that, which is key to every part of it.
Right.
Because if you can't really change those lifestyle habits and become disciplined, then it just isn't sustainable.
That's right.
Exactly.
And making sure that you come in here every month, and making sure that you're getting what you need, and that, if I'm feeling like whatever I need. Now I'm on the laser treatment now. I need to get a laser treatment every single month because I love that, and get the Botox every 3 months. So I'm on this like really good, consistent schedule that I'm here, and it just makes me feel so much better about myself inside and out.
You're doing all your self-care things.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
And
we
talk
get
a lot
to
about
know
that.
our women very well. We say that all along. Right? We say it's a journey, more of a journey than it is just, it's not a one and done here. And we get to know our women very well.
Right.
Better than our male patients because there's more hormones to balance. So tweaking, having conversations, is key. And the whole office is great about answering questions and, adjusting things. A lot of it's just based on a conversation. And then once we get kind of people settled into, a routine of stuff, then they already feel good and it's pretty easy. But at first, we have a lot of hormones to balance.
For sure.
Especially if you're switching between like perimenopause and menopause, we have to just watch things closely.
That's
right?
true. That's
Yes.
true. Which leads us to kind of where we are right now.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
just going through COVID, I had COVID right after Christmas. I was traveling back from vacation and got
It bottomed
COVID.
you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I lost all my energy. I gained weight. All these things just got out of whack. And so when I had my last blood draw with you, I told you, hey, had COVID. And you said, well, here are your numbers that just dropped off.
Yeah.
And dropped off and dropped off. It's not one. It was like 3 or 4 things.
Yeah.
So it made sense why I wasn't feeling so good. But then you took care of me, and
That's it.
now we're getting those levels
Got to tweak
back
some
up.
things here and there,
Yeah.
add a little bit here,
Yeah.
take away a little bit there,
That's
and get
right.
that kind of figured out.
And
Just get it back to a new balance.
Yeah, and even in a
That's
couple
it.
days, 4 or 5 days after coming in and seeing you, I can already tell the difference. So it's great. It makes me feel so good.
Yeah, with Tami, we could track these positive changes and you just see everything optimize. And then COVID hit and then you watched everything drop back, which can be really discouraging for me and obviously for the patient, especially for you. You're like, but to talk about it and look at it and go, okay, this makes sense. There's a reason for it. So now we can focus on those reasons and figure it out and fix it.
That's
and make
right.
change again.
That's
So
exactly
it's
right.
always a journey. It's always changing. And even with Tami with estrogen levels, she
As I'm having a hot flash right now.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, she'd
That
come
when,
on
as you
and
change, as
Exactly.
you transition through.
Right,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
She'd come to us and she was on estrogen, but she was on too much estrogen, and that's why she wasn't feeling good. So we had to hold back, and she hadn't fully gone through that change in needing estrogen, so we haven't needed it for a while
Right.
until recently. Now we're at a point where we need to reintroduce that back in. It makes sense now.
Lucky me.
Yeah. So it's definitely not a one and done.
No,
It
it's
is
not.
actually good when it's a declared condition.
Yeah,
Like when
now
you
it's declared.
know for sure. And so there's laboratory confirmation for it, and symptoms. So sometimes, again, people come in, like women come in on estrogen because sometimes it's
crazy
the first
amount
thing.
sometimes.
Yeah, crazy amount or maybe too early.
Yes.
Because estrogen, if you do it too early, is, again, it's almost like that premenstrual.
That was
or
me.
emotional.
When
Yes.
I came in, I had it was a
bloating.
high level.
It was high, and you felt like you were all over the place.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we just need to not
Right.
do anything.
Let's
with this
see
for
where
a
you
minute
are
and see what
naturally.
happens.
Yeah. Yeah, because sometimes we just don't need it. And there's laboratory confirmation, and it's very easy to do. So if you're without a period for a long period of time, we check it. But if the estrogen's still there and or somebody put you on a little bit and it goes way high, then you're probably making some of your own still.
Right.
And
Or
so
a
until you
hysterectomy, but still has ovaries.
Right.
Those ovaries are still working.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Just because you had a hysterectomy does not necessarily mean you need estrogen.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why I like coming to you guys, because most places who are offering these type of therapies don't follow up. And that was me. I mean, for a couple years, like you'd go and you get some stuff and then you wouldn't have a blood draw.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
just give you the same dosage, and how do you know? How do you know what I really need? And that's what I like so much about here, because it's very personalized and very much, let's look at this level, let's adjust this. And not many people do that. So that's what I appreciate. And also I want to mention the Clara. So it's an app where you can text message with the staff. I can't tell you how many times I've been back and forth like, hey, I need this, or can you get me in for this, or what about this? And they are so quick to get back to me. Same day, within a couple hours, usually at the most.
And
so it's been
phone
easy.
call.
It does. It does. And it's just
Yeah.
like text messaging on your phone, but it's in the app, which I really appreciate.
And you don't even actually need an app. If you're using an app, we can do it just in regular text.
Right,
too.
right.
So but that's the nice thing. So our phone is text capable, but once you're a patient, Clear is the way to go.
Yeah.
It's HIPAA compliant.
Yes.
You can text back and forth, and again, all the staff is so
On
used
regularly.
to it, and they know you already. They know, and you can follow through with what's been done, who's responded.
That's right.
You know, you can communicate with staff like you need to order this. So it saves in 2022 now. I can't believe it's 2022.
Even checking on me too. You know, they can just say, hey,
how are you doing?
Yeah, how are you doing after your treatment, or how are you doing after you had the pellets? And it's just nice that somebody is actually reaching out, because again, nobody does that. So it's very personalized service here.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
We love getting to know our patients, and so for us, following up is like really
key.
important. We talk about it in morning meetings all the time.
Well, you guys do great.
You know, because we love hearing that. I love hearing it. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I love having it happen, because, like I said, not many people do it. And if you do have questions, or you're just like sitting there and you're not sure why you're feeling a certain way, if you are feeling a certain way, you can always ask, and then they'll check and say, this is what they said.
Yeah.
So it's great.
Well, and again, you're busy. Like, you don't have time to make phone calls and wait for somebody to call you back, and then you're in a meeting.
Right.
And now it's phone tag. And since
Exactly.
2022, like, text is the way to go.
That's right.
No matter what. People want a quick conversation by text. You got to change an appointment. You know, you have to, you know, and again, tweaking and frequent conversations traditional medicine doesn't allow for that. But this does. We can be more in touch with, and we love that. And that's how we get to know everyone so well.
Exactly. In our last meeting, just our conversation, I'm like, we're going to need to start.
Yeah.
We're going to have to start something new. I'm like, we'll do a lab, but I already know from our conversation.
Right.
So we're going to go ahead and get it ordered, and we'll just wait for those labs to come back for confirmation and a tweak from there. But
Right. And it's nice to have the compounding company too that you work with, so that we can adjust things, and it's adjusted to your body.
yeah.
It's really pretty cool.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about testosterone and,
Yeah.
well, even progesterone, because, you know, those are the first two to drop. But tell me a little bit about what testosterone's done for you.
So since last week, when I got my pellets with the testosterone, I slept so well. Like last night, it finally was like in my body, and I could tell immediately, like, okay, the testosterone's back because I slept.
Yeah.
Also, a sexual drive comes back too, because that really pulls back when you don't have any testosterone in your body. And again, just the alertness. I could feel my mind's really sharp today, but also feel energy, like energetic to be able to go and work out, and also allows you to build some muscle rather than not. You know, when
And
we
you really
don't
can't
have
build
that.
muscle without
Right,
testosterone.
right. And when you don't
just
have it,
let it
you can
gain.
tell.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can
You're
totally
spinning
tell.
that hamster wheel.
Yeah, and you're still doing the same motions, but you're not building as much as what you could be when you're
or
on
losing
testosterone.
as much because your muscle builds or metabolizes faster, so then you lose weight, build muscle, all of that.
Right.
You actually bring up a good point, because I say this frequently. It's like turning the light switch on.
Yeah.
Because all of a
It's
sudden,
true.
like, even sounds and colors look more vibrant.
True. So
It's
true.
like, and so you said
can't
that.
even describe that to somebody.
No, you
No,
said
when
that
you say it,
earlier.
people
here.
kind of look at you early
You're
on
like,
when you
okay,
say that to
whatever.
them, and they're like, yeah, okay. And then they come back, like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everything
it
is just
really-
brighter.
You can hear, like when you said you can hear the words to a song you
Right.
didn't pay attention to before. Like, it's amazing. Just it is. It's like everything comes back to life.
Yeah, like your
And-
listening skills and
yeah.
your sight and all types of things. It's different.
And then
awesome.
some that don't feel that bad initially. So we sit in on conversations frequently where they'll come in for certain things. So say it's sleep and it's really not, you know, the energy brain fog, or they'll be like, no, I'm good with that. You know, focus is good, memories is good. And I said, well, when it's more insidious, you might not know it until you get it back. And that's kind of where I was. Like, I did creams for a long time, and then when I did pellets, I'm like, ah, so this is what it feels like to feel
That's
good
right.
again.
That's right. And for a long period of time.
Yeah.
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 It feels
because-
great.
Yeah, it is amazing. And so progesterone, and actually sleep is another important thing, because women don't think of sleep, and even men, being a consequence of testosterone being optimized. But I was the same way as you last week. Telling Farideh, I'm like, I'm waking up at 2 hours. Yeah. And I was over
we need to get you on the table like now.
Oh, yeah.
And last night was the first night that I slept like a baby in like probably a week.
Same for me.
Yeah. So
Makes you feel good. And the next day is a great day after you sleep. A full night,
always.
I know.
Always. You feel so much better. And then progesterone helps with sleep too.
It definitely does. Definitely does. Help you kind of calm down and sleep really sound as well. And I think the two, balancing one another has been really, really good.
Yeah.
For me, I've got young ones, so I sleep real light. So with progesterone, if I do wake up, I can go back to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Versus being up and then having a kid wake me up at 3 a.m. and then not being able to go back to sleep. So
That's
it
true.
definitely helps with going back to sleep too,
That is true.
which is nice.
Yeah.
And Tammy's done so much in the way of working out and using the trainer. And so even the transition and changes back, testosterone will build muscle and help you metabolize faster and lose fat. But you're also on some injections that help build muscle too.
That's right.
And for recovery and after workouts.
Yeah. The GACLIV is awesome. Like I'll take that the morning that I'm going to go work out and I don't get sore, so to speak of. I mean, occasionally I'll get sore, but it's nothing like what I would feel like after 250, lunges or squats. Without it, I would be dead. It is a lot of squats.
She's got booty goals too.
But when I take the GACLIV, it just cuts out that recovery time and really, really helps a lot. And same thing with the lipoprotein. When I take that, and I take that every other day, that really helps with maintaining and to burn calories and to just help and help you feel good.
Yeah. The amino acids, so GACLIV, when we keep saying that we need to find a better name for that.
It sounds so terrible. Oh, you need GACLIV, and it sounds terrible.
It's amino
what is
acid
that?
combination, but there's 6 amino acids that stand for, the GACLIV. But we do need to find a better name. But amino acids, and it has the branched chain amino acids in there, so recovery is huge. Muscle building, and some of those are essential. So if you don't take them in your diet, you're not going to get them. And shot form is the best way.
Right.
So most of our patients are on some kind of shot at home, which is okay, but
it's not a big deal. Once you do it, it's really not a big deal.
They're easy.
No.
Yeah, once you get used to it. At first, it's kind of a mind thing, and then once you get over it, you're like, oh, that's nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
What else can I stick, right?
I know.
So that, and even just fat burning stuff, which is the other one, and a little B12 and B complex in there for energy and
help increase that metabolism and burn fat.
Yeah, Melanotan too. I'm getting ready to start it again.
Yep,
but
she did it already.
I was doing it for like 6 months, and then I went on vacation, and then I got sick. So I'm getting ready to start back on that. Actually tonight. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Gives you good color, makes you feel good, lowers your cholesterol.
The one that helps with getting tan, obviously, but also helps with sex drive as well.
Yep.
And
the potential Barbie peptide.
The Barbie peptide.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. It's good
the popular
stuff.
one.
Yeah. Get tan, be thin, have lots of sex.
Yes, exactly.
I'm in.
Exactly.
Can't wait to take my shot tonight.
So is the boyfriend, right?
Yeah, he's really excited. He loves it.
Oh,
Melanotan.
All the things.
All the things.
It's all good. Not
Absolutely.
complaining. Brian, he's a stud.
There you go. He's a stud. We hear all about it, right?
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
Yeah.
He's a happy man when I'm
Yes.
taking all my good stuff.
That's
Yeah.
He's like,
And
what are
he's
you
also
gonna,
on.
Yeah, he's like, what are you going to revitalize next? I'm like, today. He's like, oh.
What are you getting? What are you bringing home?
I know, exactly.
We're best buds with a lot of boyfriends and husbands. We don't know them, but
Yes,
but they love us.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. They do.
That's right.
And when
so
you come here, who knows what we're going to send you home with?
That's true.
It's true.
Never know.
Yeah. Well, we were just talking about another peptide, potentially, like the growth hormone peptide. But I do love Melanotan.
Yeah.
It just gives you a nice tan. And
Yep.
it's not for everyone, but,
Right.
it just gives you a great tan.
Makes you feel good.
Makes you feel good. Yeah, and everybody looks better.
It's true.
With a tan.
It's true.
Yeah, and the spray tans, you did that.
Oh, I did that
recently.
before we
Yeah.
went to Miami because I didn't have enough time to. Well, I shouldn't say I didn't have enough time to prepare. I just was not. I didn't have my stuff together to take to order the Melanotan and take it. I was not prepared for it, so I spray tanned. But it's
Or going in the
gross.
tanning bed.
Oh,
People
that's
still
gross.
go to the
I don't
tanning
like
bed.
Yeah, no.
No.
Like I was a
that.
queen of that in my younger days until I discovered how much it was going to cost me to
Terrible.
get rid of all those bad effects. So
bad
no
effects,
tanning
yeah.
beds, but I love the feeling of looking tan. It just makes you feel healthy.
Yeah, and especially when It's a shot that slowly takes place over time, and you don't even have to be out in the sun.
That's right.
Which is another thing I don't have any patience for, was
Right.
ever kind of laying out. I'd like to be tan, but I could never do that.
Yeah.
I just
Well,
don't have
and then the
patience for it.
damaging
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
effects of
damage
the
effects
sun,
of it too.
of course,
Yeah.
so you get to avoid
I
all
love
that.
it. So you're
I know.
restarting it?
I'm starting it tonight.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's an awesome. So good. Well, so all the things we're going to talk about all the things because Tami is on all the things.
Yes.
And again,
I'm a fan, raving fan.
And-
RevitalyzeMD. Yes.
and again, well, she dropped us off recently. What was it that you dropped off?
Oh, the
That
cake
was-
The little cake
balls.
pops.
Yes.
For,
Oh, my
for Valentine's Day.
They were so
Yeah.
good.
Little
Oh,
sweets
yeah.
for my sweets,
Yeah,
right?
I looked down and I was like, "Oh, Tami!" Yeah, it was awesome. I think we still have the sweet tooth from them.
Well, you'll be getting more.
Oh,
St. Patrick's Day, I make them for all the holidays.
Oh.
So they're,
Oh, my
they're pretty
goodness.
Yeah,
good.
they were awesome. I think Alan ate most of them, but
Probably sitting
Yeah.
back in the back, editing
Yeah.
the
We're
videos for
making
the
videos,
podcast,
editing
popping
videos.
the little
I think-
cake pops
yeah.
one after the other.
I think he's smiling. He knows.
Uh-huh.
He's guilty.
So, Tami,
Absolutely.
how would someone get a hold of you for their mortgage needs?
Yeah, so if anybody ever wants to do a refinance or purchase a new home, you can always reach me at themortgagegirl.com. That's the easiest way to find me. That has all my contact information, and it's easy to remember. Themortgagegirl.com.
All right.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming on and talking about it. Patients want to hear from you and other patients and not from us saying it over and over again. And again, I love the fact that I'm on all this stuff too.
Absolutely.
And so, I am so passionate about the changes and the life-changing effects
Right.
of just being hormonally optimized. It's just life-changing for women.
Absolutely.
And there's a gender bias with testosterone in women, and a lot of people still don't understand that need.
Exactly.
And so just having Tami on to talk about it is important because it's amazing.
All three of us are on testosterone.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
And we all have noticed life-changing effects
For
from
sure,
it.
for sure. And the older you get, the less you produce. So you either just keep feeling badly
Yeah, right.
or get some help
Or
And
do something about it.
And so that's why I'm here, is to just get help so I can feel better again and feel younger.
Well, and I think the important thing is there's different levels in dosing for women versus men. There's a
Right.
gender bias, and nobody understands that completely unless you're doing hormones.
Yes.
And hormone specialists, that women need testosterone. It's the most circulating hormone in a woman's body too. It's a life force for women.
Yeah.
And so without that, right now there's no FDA approved products for it. There is internationally, but not here. But there's compounding pharmacies and things we can
That's
do,
right.
and pellets, and so we need it.
We
It's
need it. And there's
life-changing.
lots of options
Absolutely.
for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
well, thank you so much. We
Yes.
love you so
Thanks
much.
for
We're so
having
glad you
me.
came on and spoke with
yes.
us.
All right. Well, we'll do it again sometime.
That sounds great.
All right. Don't forget, hit the bell. What is it? The bell, subscribe,
button, like,
comment,
share.
comment, anything.
Make
you
an
wanna-
appointment.
Yes.
Make an appointment.
Make an appointment. Yes.
You don't know what you don't know until you know,
That's
right?
right.
Exactly.
And if there's anything else that you want to hear more about, then just let us know. Share with friends. Sharing is caring.
Yep.
And again, make an appointment. We're here to revitalize your look, your health, and your sex life. Thank you. And thank you, Tami.
You're welcome.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having me.